The room provided to me is located deep within the bowels of Yukishiro's second story. It's very drab. It used to be a storage room, apparently, but it's more than adequate for an unassuming freeloader like myself. Man, I'm beat. Flop down on the tatami, stretching out my exhausted limbs as far as I'll go. Unfortunately, my room is big enough to accommodate that. Somebody must have already lit a fire inside the antiquated stove. The room's warmth lulls me into a slumber. Lying down like this makes me realize that I'm much more exhausted than I had previously thought. I close my eyes, surrendering myself to my drowsiness. I didn't get a chance to relax the entire day. Case of the Kosuke family's missing daughter. Gotta make my rounds of Ueno starting tomorrow and search for Kosuke Yura. No. There's no need for that, I suppose. To begin with, Keiichiro, the person who hired me, doesn't even want Yura to be found. Okay, so when he said, like, she's dead, did he say, like, she's dead to me? As like a father would say, disowning their daughter, like, oh, she's dead to me. Somebody's entered my room. These obtrusive footsteps, this impudent voice.
おかえり、シュウゴ。しかし帰宅早々布団も出さずそのままゴロ寝とは相変わらずだらしない。だらしないのは最悪だね。お、これはお土産かな？シュウゴにしては上出来だよ。これは僕がありがたくいただこう。
There's rustling as the package of takoyaki's opened without my permission.
とにかく人生は短い。それでなくても君のような凡俗に残された時間はわずかなんだから、少なくとも身を律する努力は怠らない方がいい。これは親切な僕からの忠告だ。シュウゴにはわからないかな？難しすぎたかな？失礼？それでは君にもわかるように優しく
Ma'am,
説
if you are
明
not
し
the
よう。
proprietor of this joint, I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up.
そうだね。言うなれば時間とは客観ではなく主観で捉えるべき概念であり、それは運用する者の能力に応じて伸縮する。
Ah, you're so annoying. I yell and cut her off mid-sentence.
やん、おはよう、シュウゴ。
Anna. This crazy girl is Takashiro Nana. To my absolute dismay, she's the youngest child of the Takashiro family, my little sister. She shows up like this from time to time, blabbers on about whatever she wants, then leaves. Wish she'd put herself in my shoes for once.
久しぶり。喜んでくれ、シュウゴ。僕は元気だよ。
Yes, I can see that. Since I haven't seen her for a while, I had this glimmer of hope buried in my heart that she'd cut ties with me. Of all times for her to show up, why when I'm this tired? The hell did you come here for? My tone comes out grouchy. Naturally, Nana doesn't pay it any heed.
実は上野に用があってこの界隈まで出てきたんだが、途中君がこの商館に暮らしていることを思い出したんだ。まあ思い出した以上素通りもできないからね。
Just remembering would have been sufficient.
シュウゴは冷たいな。東京に暮らしている数少ない家族じゃないか。たまには顔を合わせたいじゃないか。
Nana heaves a large sigh and continues on solemnly.
それにしてもシュウゴ、僕は実家から出てつくづく思ったんだが、家族とはいいものだね。肉親の顔を思い出すだけで僕の胸中には温かいものが広がるんだ。しかしこれほど僕に切ない感情を想起させるのは家族の中でもシュウゴ、君だけだ。愛してるよ、シュウゴ。
Nana then lifts up her skirt. No. I'm frozen stock still.
どうしたシュウゴ、変な顔だな。
Nana asks me, the very picture of composure. Whoa, whoa, I'm the weird one here. Well, if that's the case, then don't get in the way of your beloved brother's rest. I'm exhausted from work today.
シュウゴ、それは君の事情だよ。僕には関係ないし興味もない。
Whoa, hold up. Didn't you just tell me that you love me? Come on, think about how I feel, will ya? However, Nana ignores me and continues.
愛とは常に一方通行だ。それはリルケも言っていただろ。いや、違う、太宰だとか。それとも小栗虫太郎。
The hell if I know. Wait, it's definitely not the last guy.
僕の愛に対する解釈は例の殺人鬼くんなら理解してくれるだろう。
Huh? What are you talking about?
噂ぐらい聞いてるだろう。巷を騒がす上の連続猟奇殺人鬼。彼はカニバリズムの思考があるらしいね。
How do you know about that? Arashima-san had told me there was a gag order imposed.
シュウゴ、秘密なんてどこからでも漏れるんだよ。隠せば隠すほど人は知りたがる。死体が出た青い町のあたりでは彼の話題で持ちきりだ。
I guess she's right. During my time on the force, there were numerous times when information was leaked. No small wonder that happened in a case like this, with all the ruckus it's been raising around town. There are a lot of people involved. Can't stop people from talking.
さすがだな。その様子だとシューゴは彼の思考を知っていたんだね。わざわざ僕がここに来たのも彼に興味があったからだよ。彼の感情、事件の顛末、こんな興味深い出物を見逃す僕じゃない。
Interesting, you say. Nana licks her lips. Oh, whoa, hey, easy,
そう
easy.
だね。人間が社会を形成して以来、カニバリズムは重大なタブーだ。おそらく体が拒否するのだろうね。僕は試したことがないのでわからないけど。
Of course you don't. You'd have to be genuinely crazy to try something like that.
そんなタブーを軽々と乗り越える。その一点において僕は彼を尊敬しているんだ。
God damn. I never thought I missed Natsume the coroner, but Jesus, she was a better sister to deal with than this one.
ん
This one's straight
どうしたシュ
fucking
ーゴ？
weird.
鎮痛に頭を抱え込んだりして。
Oh, nothing. I was just suddenly worried for your future.
シューゴはたまに何を言っているかわからない時があるよ。もっと論理的に話す習慣をつけたまえ。
Why don't you make a habit of living with more common sense?
で、話を戻すと、
Or not.
カニバリズムの最多の理由は飢えだ。原始時代では人間は重要なタンパク源だったと聞くしね。
She's veritably overflowing with these shady sounding facts.
現代でも時折飢えが原因となってカニバリズムは発生している。極限の飢餓、あれは辛いものだからね。君も南方の前線で経験したんじゃないか、シューゴ。
Fuck off. I don't want to remember what happened during those times, nor do I wish to talk about it. My voice comes out so icy it surprises even myself.
ふん。
Nana continues without batting an
し
eyelash.
かし、決してそれだけじゃない。南米のある部族では数十年ほど前まで敵対した部族の肉を食っていたそうだ。
Awesome.
別に
Fuck
憎しみがあ
off.
ったわけじゃない。敵側の強者を賛美し、畏敬の念を抱いたからこその行為。そこには強者に同化したい、新たなる力を得たい、そんな呪術的な願いがあったらしいよ。
I'm starting to feel queasy.
いずれにしても人間がタブーを乗り越えるには強い感情が必要なんだ。純粋で一方的な、己の欲望を満たすためだけに燃え上がるある熱狂的な感情。その感情は時に愛と呼ばれる。
Nana continues speaking cheerfully about the bizarre murders.
シューゴ、彼の物語を読み解く鍵は愛だよ。
You trying to tell me without love it cannot be seen?
どうだい？実にロマンチックで僕好みの相手だろ。
She's always meddled around and played detective in cases that occurred in our neighborhood.
どうせ君は毎日暇な人間だ。僕と一緒に彼の事件を追わないかい？
Lately, she seems to have been refining the weird stuff that comes out of her mouth. I don't like where this is headed. You need to quit doing this, Nana. Nothing good will come of an amateur like you sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. Besides, the detective in charge of this case is Adashima-san. He'll nab the killer soon. He's got no time to deal with your meddling.
ふんふん。確かにあれは怖い人だからな。それなら余計に急がないと。
What do you think of it? For some reason, she respects Adashima-san.
君にその気がないのならここにいても時間の無駄だ。事件は待ってくれないからね。
You don't know that. Hey, Nana, wait. She ignores my flustered attempt to hold her back.
それじゃシューゴ、さようなら。また近いうちに遊びに来るよ。
Oh, yay. Nana leaves abruptly in the same way she entered my room. I swear, every single time she has to make a racket. Flop down once again onto the tatami and close my eyes. To add insult to injury, she's eaten all my takoyaki. Now that I think about it, Nana is a teenage girl. Might be hard to believe, but the shocking truth is that she's about the same age as Hatsune. To think that she's wandering the streets searching for a serial killer. Damn it, Nana. She possesses an abnormally intuitive sense of perception, so I don't think she'll actually find herself in any real danger, but... No, that perceptiveness of hers is the real danger. Quit giving me extra work to do. Not only do I have to look for Yura and Ueno, but now I also have to keep an eye on Nana's actions. If she tries to meddle in the rest of the murder cases, I'll have to stop her at all costs. Though she's not the type to just sit there and listen obediently to what I have to say. I sigh. While lying there, I'm rendered immobile by a second onslaught of drowsiness. I'm going to get scolded by Hatsune tomorrow morning for not sleeping inside a futon, huh? I descend into slumber while those thoughts swirl inside my head. All right. God, why are the Takashiro sisters so fucking weird? Why? Blank is starving. Blank's appetite has not been sated for several days now. At some point, Blank starts seeing the people in the city in a different light, screening them unconsciously. Will these humans satisfy my purpose or not? That alone is Blank's standard. Blank avoids the loud merchants with their bawdy voices, instead weaving back and forth within the crowd. The shifting shadows of the city are perfect places to hide. From one such nice hiding spot, Blank scans the streets with an upward glance. Blank's appetite is gradually becoming insuppressible. For now, I can endure it, but after a few more times, what will happen to my mind? Blank feels apprehension, and with it, a quiet sense of anticipation.
探しました。
That cold voice jolts Blank back to reality. Oh, hello. Blank looks up to see a woman with dark eyes standing there. It's that girl. I knew it. It's that family's daughter. She makes me sick. What a disgusting girl. The mark for being possessed is clear to see. Oh my god. That's why she's fucking hated. She has some kind of fucking sickness that impairs her vision. And people think she's possessed because of it. Good god. I wonder how much longer this will go on. I can feel her hot breath by my ear. There's a wicked grin on her blushing face. She rocks her hips and loses herself to pleasure. Oh. Panting, she stops moving. The expression of rapture from orgasm still on her face, she wraps her fingers around my throat. Whoa.
連れて行ってもらえないのですね。
Hey, yo. Slowly. So slowly that makes me dizzy. She does this with my penis still buried inside her.
私を置いて行ってしまう。
Hey, yo. Fingers tighten around my throat. What are you... I can't say anymore.
許さない。それならいっそ。
Steadily her grip becomes stronger. A thin sound like a squeaky whistle escapes from my squashed airway.
大丈夫ですよ。
Dizziness. I see her serene smile through my hazy vision.
私もすぐに後を追いますから。
Screams flood out of the recesses of my crushed throat. Damn. Y'all doing some kinky shit, huh?
どうなされました？
When I get myself upright, I see Hatsune looking down at me, worried.
廊下を通りかかったら、シュウゴ様のうなされる声が
Sorry,
聞
I
こ
was
え
having
て。
this strange dream where, me and my former lover were, having really kinky sex and then she choked me to death. Ah, I'm sorry. Probably interrupted your work, huh?
いいえ、シュウゴ様のお世話も初音の大切なお仕事ですから。
Hatsune smiles and pulls a handkerchief out of her pocket.
失礼しますね。
She proceeds to wipe off my brow.
ひどい汗ですよ。シュウゴ様、何か悪い夢でも。
I've had this recurring nightmare for the last few years. There's no way I could tell Hatsune about it, though. Nah, it was nothing. Brushed aside her question. Anyhow, could I ask you to make some breakfast, Hatsune? I kind of fell asleep right after I got home last night.
シュウゴ様、そうですよ。
Hatsune pipes up, a distinctly accusatory expression on her face.
畳の上なんかで寝てはダメです。お布団を敷かないと風邪をひいてしまいます。
She's definitely right about that. This winter season, sleeping without a futon is suicide.
明かりだってついたままだったし、だらしないのにも程があります。
I know, but I was tired. I let out a small sigh. No match for her when she's like this. I'll be more careful from now on. Look, Hatsune, I've apologized already, so could you give me some food? feel like I'm gonna collapse from hunger.
はい、わかりました。すぐにお持ちしますんで、待っていてくださいね、シュウゴ様。
I glance at my wristwatch. There's still some time before Kazna comes over here. I spot a newspaper on top of the table. Natsume probably left it there for me. I lazily skim through the articles. Looks like there haven't been any new developments in the Ueno murder case. I wonder if the killer's having trouble finding prey because everyone's becoming more vigilant. Or perhaps there won't be any more victims and the case is closed. I sigh and put down the newspaper. Can't get anything out of this article. There's just too little information. I decide to lie back down on the tatami and wait for Hatsune to return from my breakfast. The food is skillfully laid out on the table. There's white rice garnished with an egg, grilled fish, pickled eggplant and daikon, as well as shijimi miso soup. A simple yet labor-intensive meal in terms of preparation. The fragrant steam rising from the rice and soup makes my empty stomach twinge.
それではシュウゴ様、ごゆっくりどうぞ。食べ終わったらいつものように食器は部屋の外に出しておいてください。
Hatsune gets up to leave. Why don't you take a little break, Hatsune? I'm kind of dull eating all by myself. Lately, it's been our custom to chat during breakfast.
すみません。
Oh, work? Seemed a little overworked since yesterday. I recall what happened to Hatsune last night. Did someone at the Yukishiro say something to you? Otaha or one of her friends?
いえ、そうではないんです。
Hatsune appears to wrestle with what to say, then opens her mouth to speak.
小雪ちゃんとセリちゃんがお仕事に出てこないので、その分のお手伝いを初音が。
Kaiki and Seri. An image of the twins surfaces in my head. They're sisters at the same age as Hatsune, and I think they just made their grand debut as prostitutes. Their grand debut. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen those girls recently. They haven't shown up at all?
はい、音羽さんがイライラしているのも多分そのせいだと。
Kaiki and Seri are Otaha's apprentices. I see. That puts you in quite a fix, doesn't it? Shall I tell Madame Mujaka and have her warn them? Hatsune looks somewhat troubled by my words.
大丈夫です。初音、お仕事は好きですから。
Well, if you say so, Hatsune.
はい、シュウゴ様、心配していただいてありがとうございます。
Hatsune bows and exits the room. I didn't do anything. If she had simply asked, there might have been something I could have done for her. Well then. It's nearly time for my appointment with Kazna. I wait for her on the street that runs in front of the Yukishiro. People in this neighborhood are creatures of the night, so there aren't many pedestrians at this hour. Came all the way out to the street to help with my digestion, but it seems like that was rather futile. I bet she got lost. There's nothing I can do about that. I've gotten this certain vibe from Kazna since the moment I laid eyes on her. Is it carelessness? Accident prone? Perhaps she's a bit slow. Looks like it snowed again last night, as the streets blanketed in a new layer of white powder. The cold starts to gradually seep in through the bottom of my feet. 15 minutes have passed. Kazuna's still not here. 30 minutes have passed. Kazuna's still not here. Why on earth do I have to stand out here in the freezing cold? Suddenly, thoughts of the futility of life run through my brain. Frantically shake my head to clear them away. I get the feeling that waiting here any longer will just make me more bitter. I'll head back to my room. Pass through the entryway and head for my room. At that moment, huh? It's Koyuki and Seri. They just told me that they didn't show up for work. Upon closer inspection, it appears that the edges of their clothes are caked with grime. Suppose they wouldn't have had time to wash their clothes if they stayed over at a client's place and walked back. Where'd you girls run off to? Both caused everyone a lot of grief by taking time off. They both ignore me. Their eyes are blank, lifeless, like holes in a wall. Two girls try to slip by me. Hey, hold it.
触らないで。
Koiki shakes off the hand I place on her shoulder. A flat, dull voice, stark contrast with her violent action.
あなたたちのような魂の汚れた人間に体を触れられたくないの。
Okay, wow.
気持ち悪い。
That cuts a lot deeper than Ota just be like, you're a filthy fucking freeloader. It's like, you have a filthy soul. You'll corrupt us. It's like, God damn, what the fuck? Two girls vanished down the corridor. All I could do was watch them go. Scorn, disgust, rejection. For a split second, I saw those emotions in Koiki's vacant gaze. What's with them? They were a bit strange to begin with, but they led normal lives here at Ikishiro. They've never shown that kind of behavior toward me before. It's almost as though they've transformed. Their mud-stained clothes, vacant eyes, and flat tone, coupled with Koiki's mysterious words.
ああ、シュウさん探しましたよ。
Rin!
つ
What's
い
up,
さっ
girly?
きお客さんが見えられまして、なんか異常に元気のいいお嬢さんで、廊下じゃ寒そうだったんで、シュウさんのお部屋に通しておきましたよ。
Rin's word pulled me out of my reverie. Okay. Skosna's finally arrived. I'm a bit concerned about the twins' behavior, but work comes first. Thanks, Rin. Sorry for the hassle.
いえいえ。
She waves her hand around and walks off, leading the way. We arrive in front of my room. Rin turns around, apparently troubled by something.
ところでシュウさん、一つ聞いていいっすか？
Sure, I don't mind.
カズナって子、シュウさんとどんな関係？
Huh?
こんなところに用がある子には見えないし、もしかしてシュウさんと特別な関係だったり？
Heck kind of question is that? I like Rin. No point in hiding things from Rin. I'll tell her the truth. It's for work. Been hired to find somebody.
ああ、はいはい。ずいぶん久しぶりですね。また怖いおじさんのつてっすか？
Scary old man. Shimi Narashima-san? Yeah, job for my old boss. End up needing your assistance. Just a heads up.
ええ、喜んで手伝いますよ。
I like
何
Rin.
でも言ってくださいね。
I don't know if it's due to her job or just her personality, but Rin's network of friends is astonishingly vast. God. I've used her information network countless times before for work. Well, see you later, Rin.
はーい。
I find Kazna sitting in the center of my room, fidgeting restlessly. Good morning, Kazna-san. I greet Kazna and take a seat directly across from her.
高城さん、どうしてこんな、私すっごく困りますから、本当にどうして？
While saying ah and ooh, Kazna's face alternates between shades of red and white. Looks like Kazna's hit her stride. Kazna-san, please calm down. What exactly are you embarrassed about? Grief. At least apologize first for being late.
こんなことを言うのは失礼のような気もするんですけど、もしかして
Words gradually trail off. Yeah, Ikishiro is a brothel. What about it?
やっぱりいやらしいお店なんですね。なぜか薄着の女の人がやたら多くて、お店に来た時から変だなって思ってたんです。来る途中もそうです。おじさんに道を尋ねたら、頑張れよ、人生辛いことばかりじゃないからなとか、すごい登場の目で見られちゃって。
I suppose all the old timers around here do have it rough.
でもまだ高城さんはどうしてこんなお店を待ち合わせの場所なんかに？
Kazna pauses to think.
わかりました。任務にかこつけて私を手ごめにするつもりだったんですね。どうなんです？違いますか、高城さん？
Kazna slaps the thought to me. What do I even say? You're wrong.
よかった。そうですよね。高城さんはそんな人じゃないですよね。よかった。私安心しました。でも私だって心の底では信じて
Man,
い
you
た
met
ん
me
ですよ。
yesterday.
高城さんは本当はいい人だ
What
っ
do you
て。
mean I've always believed? Hasn't even been 24 hours. Kazna looks at me, eyes sparkling with trust. Thanks. I'm already worn down from her odd behavior, but work is work. Keep it cool, keep it cool. While mentally reminding myself that I'm an adult, I start to explain my living situation. This place is run by a friend of mine. It's through her that I rent a room here. I apologize for not explaining this to you beforehand. I then direct a question toward Kazna. Let's switch topics and talk about work, shall we? Have you brought them with you?
はい。突然のことだったんで、あまり数は揃えられなかったんですが。
Kazna pulls out a bag from her sleeve. Inside is a brown envelope. Contains photographs of Kosuke Yura taken before her disappearance. I don't know how much help photos taken more than 5 years ago will be. Regardless, they're valuable clues. That'll do, thanks. I open the envelope and peek inside. Huh? Photos depict a girl with a swath of bandages roughly wrapped around her eyes and forehead. Kazna-san, what's this?
私も父に話を聞いただけなんですけど、 姉は10年前の事故で視力をほとんど失っていたらしくて。
An accident, huh?
だから姉は外の世界をすごく怖がってずっと暗い部屋にこもっていたと。
Filthy bandages around her eyes are brown and fraying. The filthiness of the bandages shows just how apathetic the Kozuki family was to Yoda's plight. A feeling of bitterness claws its way into my chest. So she was shunned by not only the townspeople, but her family as well. I see. I recall the girl I was romantically involved with 7 years ago. Yoda never really talked about her condition, even about the origin of her blindness, the accident. I should stop thinking about that for the moment. Nothing's going to get accomplished if I don't focus my mind on the investigation. It'll be okay. This should do.
よかった。お役に立てて嬉しいです。高城さん、一刻も早く姉を見つけましょうね。
Yeah. At that moment,
失礼します。シュウゴ様、お茶をお持ちしました。
I hear Hatsune's voice from the other side of the sliding door. Sure, come on in. Hatsune enters bearing a tray. Her movements are calm, graceful. The serene bearing is something Kazuna and Nana could never hope to achieve. Indeed, the very model of what a lady should be. Yes, a proper lady.
お客様、冷めないうちにどうぞ。
Hatsune says and presents the tea to Kazuna.
わざわざご丁寧にありがとうございます。私、すごく恐縮です。いいえ、それではごゆっくり。
Hatsune gets up to leave the room while I'm trying hard not to burst out laughing at Kazuna's odd behavior. Hatsune, hold on one second.
はい。
Let me introduce you. This is Kosuke Kazuna-san. I'm going to be working with her for a while, so you girls might be running into each other.
はい。光月様、よろしくお願いします。あ、いいえ。初音ちゃんですか？こちらこそお世話になります。それから私のことはカズナで構いませんから。
She forcibly grabs Hatsune's hand and shakes it up and down furiously.
はい。
Sure, yeah. Hatsune smiles awkwardly. Heck, I can't tell which one looks older. Shall we get going, Kazuna-san? I drain my cup of tea in a single gulp and stand up.
はい。
Kazuna tries to follow suit, but instead chokes on the tea.
すみません。
She's trying to say something during her coughing spell, but I decide to ignore her. Turn to Hatsune and say, Hatsune, I'll be back this evening.
はい、シュウゴ様、いってらっしゃいませ。
I leave the room, bid farewell by Hatsune's calm voice.
待って、高城さん、足早い。
Hell yeah. I bump into her at the entrance of the Yukishiro.
あ、シュウ
Stop,
さ
homie.
ん、お出かけっすか？お気をつけて。
Yep, good timing, as a matter of fact. Rin, take these. Pull out a few photographs from my pocket and hand them over to her. The girl in these photos. Apparently she was loitering around the slums around 1 week ago. She had some information about her without stirring things up.
はいはい、了解っす。
She casually stuffs the photographs into her bosom, and I appreciate the fact that she's caught on quickly. That seems like a dangerous place to store them. You have my thanks, as always. Come to think of it, Rin's always done this for me, free of charge. It'd be terrible of me if I didn't do something to express my gratitude. Right, Rin, I'd like to make it up to you later, so think of something that you want.
いや、本当っすか？
That being said, you know how poor I am, right? Don't pick anything too expensive.
そんな分かってますって。
Some tells me she ain't want money, homie. Or I sparkle like a little kid's.
はーい。何にしようかな。
Maybe it was a bit too hasty. At any rate, I'll just pray that Rin's demands will fit within my budget. That's about it. Counting on you, Rin.
はーい。
Rin then lowers her voice to a whisper and says,
でもシュウさん、急ぎの仕事なら姉さんに頼んだ方が確実ですよ。なんと言っても向こうは本職ですからね。
she's probably busy, and I'm honestly kind of scared she'll use that later as a bargaining chip for some kind of demand.
言えてますね。
Time to depart the Yukishiro and begin our investigation.
すみません、高城さん。私、またお見苦しいところを。
I love this dork. Kazuna's finally caught up to me and she's panting rather heavily. No worries, I'm used to it already. Flash her a friendly smile.
慣れました？それはちょっと困る。
What do you mean you're used to it? After casting a backward glance at a flustered Kazna, I start walking off toward Ueno Station. Our first order of business is talking to any witnesses. Afterward, we'll go to the slums and collect information.
高城さん。
Yeah.
私、普段はすごく普通の子で、でも高城さんに慣れたとか言わ
Yeah,
れ
'cause
たら、
that's what normal
私
people
が
do
変
is
な子みたいな
constantly
感じ
try
で、
to convince
それ
others
は
that they're
違
normal.
うんですよ。
Kazna is frantically accusing me of something I don't even understand. I silently turn my back on her and walk off toward Ueno Station. I look up to find the skies above Ueno shrouded in clouds.
無視ですか？そんな高城さん、待ってください。
A bustling sea of humanity spread out before my eyes. I draw away from the crowd in front of Ueno Station, stand on the fringe of the sidewalk, and have myself a smoke. Since the end of the war, society has started functioning normally. People are busy working to rebuild and achieve personal happiness. The beginning of a new era. That's the phrase the media likes to use. However, not everyone has been blessed with peace. Kosuke has disappeared for some reason, and there's a vicious murderer on the loose in Ueno. The slums are overflowing with starving children. There's an endless number of people who hurt others over trivial sums of money. The rich keep getting richer, while the poor think of only using every chance they can get to take advantage of others.
あなたたちのような魂の汚れた人間に。
Koiki's words suddenly pop into my head. People with filthy souls, eh? What an old-fashioned thing to say. I flick the ash from my cigarette onto the sidewalk snow. The snow is dirty, trampled by the crowds.
ああ、いけませんよ、高城さん。タバコの灰はきちんと灰皿に捨てないと。ほら、見てください。あそことあそこ、ちゃんと灰皿ありますから。
Nah, right. Her voice clears away the depressing thoughts running through my head. Thanks for seeing him off. Kazna had gone to see off her fan, the old man that had spotted Yura and Aoimachi.
はい、お話を聞かせていただいた上に、こんなにお土産ももらってしまいました。本当、あの方には感謝ですね。
Kazna then hoists up a paper bag for me to see. There's the logo of a famous department store. Looks like something you bought inside of Ueno Station. That's fantastic. You have some great fans, Kazna-san.
そんな、私なんか全然まだまだで、あの方も私があまりに下手だから同情して。
I ignore Kazna's vehement show of modesty and mull over what the eyewitness told us. The girl was walking alone down a deserted street in Aoimachi. She was looking downward, sneaking around, trying to avoid being noticed. She was dressed like a shrine maiden. Her clothes were soiled and she wasn't wearing a coat, even in this cold weather. Her eyes were covered by her hair, so we didn't get a good look at them. Her face, however, was dark and grim, frightening the old man. She had the exact same facial features as Kazna, but gave off a completely different impression. That's how we broached the topic with Kazna, thinking it was one of her relatives or something. Well, that seems logical. Grim and dark. There's no way you'd get that kind of impression from Kazna. At any rate, it looks like we didn't really get any new information. Not surprised, seeing as how the guy only caught a glance of her. That dressed like a shrine maiden statement makes me curious, but at the moment we don't have any leads regarding that. The old man ended up cocking his head at me curiously after I'd showed him the picture of Yura. The resemblance is uncanny, but I don't know.
高城さん。
No, what's up?
その人は本当に姉なんでしょうか？
I mean, we don't know for certain yet. It could be. We don't know for certain yet. No, we can't say for sure at the moment. There's not enough evidence right now.
やっぱり。
Kazna's shoulders slumped dejectedly. Come on, we're still in the planning stages of the investigation. Don't be so depressed. Let's head over to where Yura-san was spotted, Aoimachi.
はい、私頑張ります。
That's a cute little pose. Walk through downtown Ueno. Despite it being a weekday, there are a lot of pedestrians out and about, probably the noontime rush. The downtown area is a street that normally has shops and food stands lined up, so all the hustle and bustle gives it the air of a festival. How are you feeling, Kazna-san? If you're hungry, let's grab something at one of these stands.
それいいですね。
Oh no, she's gonna try to go for the Russian yaki, isn't she?
あ、でもまだ私はそんなに減っていないから、 高城さんが決めてください。はい。
Alright. Scan the street. Truth be told, I'm not really that hungry either. Something light would be nice, like takoyaki. Ah. Nuts. Our eyes met. What do I do? No, you just know if you go to the takoyaki stand that that homegirl's gonna be like, oh, Russian yaki, I totally want that. Nah, but perhaps he has information on the missing ladies. Well, there's that option too. Maybe we go up and be like, yeah, we just want a light snack, you know? I want some good takoyaki. And then he's like, oh, this young lady looks familiar. Yes, I saw a lady who looked quite similar the other day. Hee hee ho ho. Fuck it. Let's go buy some takoyaki. Alright, I guess. I nod and head for the old man's stand. I'm gonna buy some food, so please wait over here, Kazuna-san.
Ah, hi. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Aren't any customers at a stand today either. Hey there. 2 orders of takoyaki, please.
それは同情か
Huh? Taken aback. Just said something I never thought I'd hear someone in the customer service trade say.
確かに俺の店は繁盛してねえよだがな同情なんかするなよ
Man, I just want some
俺
food.
も職人の端くれだ腕は安く売りたくね
I'm just hungry. We stare each other down.
えわかったあんたを信じよう
After curling his lips to a smile, the old man pours batter into the griddle. For now, I'll try to avoid saying anything out of line. Hey, sir? I suddenly realized the sign advertising his new product that was next to the stand yesterday has vanished. Those whatchamacallits that you had yesterday, not making them anymore? The old man gives me the evil eye.
本当に良いものしか生き残れない世の中の皆さんの方が賢いってことだ
Right. I see. So they were a failure. I decided not to inquire too deeply for the time being. Finally, the takoyaki are done.
ほら持っていけ
Sir, you made a mistake. I didn't order 3 batches. Send me 3 orders of takoyaki.
サービスだ黙って受け取れ
What the heck? Why so rude? The old man makes an exasperated face. Feels sort of annoyed for some reason.
あんたじゃないあの子にだ
Huh? The old man's pointing at Kazuna, who's waiting for me with a dazed look on her face, mouth hanging open.
彼女の演技はいいよ癒される
Ah, he's a fan. You don't say. So he's a fan of Kazuna as well. Maybe she's actually a famous person. I'm the only one who hasn't heard of her.
彼女によろしく言っておいてくれ
I leave the food stand with the old man's raspy voice ringing in my ears.
高城さん、お疲れ様でした。なんだかずいぶん遅かったですけど。
Yeah, sorry for wasting your time like that. Giving you a detailed rundown would be a waste of time, so let's just chow down for now.
ごちそうになります。
Kazuna-san, you can have 2 orders. It's a present from one of your local fans. Nothing, don't worry about it.
は
She then proceeds to stare at the takoyaki earnestly.
あ。でも私、やっぱりあんまり食べると体重とか気になるから。
Really? Then I'll... As I'm about to finish saying I'll eat them, Kazuna snatches the package away from me.
やっぱりいただきますから。今日は食べても平気な日だったって今さっき気がつきましたから。
Kazuna then starts energetically chowing down on the takoyaki. I sigh and pick up one of my own takoyaki. The man's takoyaki aren't exactly delicious, but neither are they bad. Taste is simply plain. Aimachi bueno. This should do it. I think we'll get a response within a few days.
高城さん、もっと道に座っている皆さんに聞き込みとかいろいろとされないのですか？
No. Kazna seems somewhat frightened by the savage atmosphere this place gives off. Yeah, take a look at our surroundings. Folks around here treat strangers coldly. There are a lot of people here with something to hide. Even if I asked them questions, I don't know if they would give me honest answers. You'll get information faster by giving money to people you know already, like we just did.
はあ、なるほど。
Tricks of the trade. Well, what I really don't get is why Yoda-san was spotted in an unwelcoming place like this. That's right. After 5 years, why would she be seen in this slum? We have to figure that out first. Hobos, gamblers, street urchins, vagrants. What did she want in that part of town where all the dregs of society congregate? Probably because her higher class family doesn't want her around, or that is the high class community want her around. They treat her like shit, so fucking she'd be better accepted in a place where there's a bunch of like lowlifes and shitheads. Just a guess. After I finished speaking to all my informants, we decided to take a momentary breather. We stopped by a cafe with a sign outside that says Milk Hall. The interior is uncharacteristically stylish for Ueno. Kazuna's fidgeting and glancing about nervously.
高城さん、いきなり失礼なこと言うんですけど、こういうお店って高かったりしますよね。
I wouldn't exactly call it cheap, but please don't worry about it. Today is my treat.
ありがとうございます。私、なるべく高城さんの負担にならないメニューを厳選して注文しますから。
Kazuna begins staring intensely at the menu. It's coming from the funds your father provided for the investigation, so it's not like I'm taking a hit in my wallet here.
そうなんですか。なんか複雑な気持ちです。
I kind of sensed it when I visited Zishi the other day, but are you quarreling with your family over something?
昨日電車でも言いかけたんですけど。
Strangely enough, Kazuna seems to be at a loss for words, but then...
私が小さい頃、父と母は離縁してしまいまして、姉さんと私はバラバラに。それ以来、逗子の家ともなんとなく疎遠になっていて。
I see. And then... No way of knowing what kind of discussion the Kosuke family held. The end result was Kazuna was taken away by her mother to Tokyo, while Yoda remained with her father in Zishi.
だから私、姉さんが事故に遭っていたなんてことも全然知らなかったんです。
I see.
その頃私は劇団の活動に夢中になっていて、姉さんのことを思い出しもしなかった。結局、事故のことを知ったのは5年前の失踪の時でした。
Kazuna looks rather glum and depressed. Perhaps she feels guilty about it.
何年も会っていない父から連絡があって、ユラはいなくなった。手を尽くして探したが見つからない。諦めろって。
He said they tried everything, I'm sure.
突然そんなこと言われて、私どうしたらいいかわからなくて。
Kazuna bites down her lip in frustration. I see. Considering the type of person she is, there's no way she would forgive her father's cold-hearted attitude. It's probably when her rift with the Kosuke family began to open up. And who was the lady at the house yesterday? I recall that her name was Hiroko.
はい、涼子さんは父と母が離縁した後、すぐに家に入った方で、多分2人が離縁した原因も。
Yeesh. At that point, Kazuna drops her gaze to the floor. Is this really okay with you, Kazuna-san? I mean, telling a guy like me about your personal life.
それは。
Kazuna looks downward, lost in thought.
はい、構いません。高城さんにはお話しした方がいいと思ったんです。
She lifts her face right back to normal.
どんな些細なことが捜査の手がかりになるかわからないですし。
Yep, you got it. Kazuna flashes me a beaming smile upon hearing my reply.
それにですね、仲良くなるにはお互いのことを知るって大切だと思いますから。
Yeah, good friends.
はい、これから一緒に姉のことを探すんですから、そういうのって必要だと思うんです。
I don't know about that one. I see.
よかったら聞かせてください。高城さん自身のことも。
No. Kazuna stares straight into my eyes. I'm at a loss for words. There's so many things I could tell her about. My promise with Yoda, things I experienced fighting on the mainland, the scene from that case 1 year ago. There's nothing I can think of that won't bring painful memories flooding back. There simply aren't any topics I can broach with strangers. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of bad at talking about myself. Realize I've given her a pretty waffly response.
あ、わかります、その気持ち。まだ知り合ったばかりですし、高城さんが躊躇するのも当然ですよね。でも少し残念。
Kazna ponders things over again.
それじゃあ一つだけお願いをしてもいいですか？すごくぶしつけなお願いなんですけれど。
Sure, whatever I can do.
これからは高城さんのことをシュウゴさんとお呼びしてもいいですか？それから私のことをカズナって呼んじゃってください。
No.
ほら、その方が親しくなるような気がするじゃないですかね、シュウゴさん。
At some point, I started to put up this wall between myself and others. However, Kazna's cheerfulness has easily leapt over that barrier. Rather perplexed, honestly. Sure. Understood.
ああ、シュウゴさんまだ少し硬いですよ。もっと応用に構えて。
Sure. Gotcha. Can't help but grin when I see your smiling face. Anyhow, shall we order? I'm still feeling kind of lost. What are you going to have, Kazna? However, lost as I may be, maybe things aren't so bad after all.